Hello, welcome to Terrific Tuesday. Uh, I'm going to get to the commercial in a minute. I promised yesterday that we would talk about the commercial. But first, I want to go over the lab sheet, the kind of lab that we did the last week or so, and just kind of debrief from that, just go over what we noticed. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to do at least one or two for each law. Um, Even though I said try and do all 15 or 14 actually. Um, at least one or two of each, just so you could see some patterns. The first law of motion, hopefully you noticed that every station really had something to do with, okay, if it's moving, then it's going to keep moving until something acts on it. Or if it's not moving, then it's going to stay there until a force acts on it. And actually, let's look at this. Question number 2 said, at station 6, what supplied the force necessary to make the coin drop into the glass? Well, once you pull the paper out of the way, there was nothing holding it up, so gravity was the force that pulled it down. Okay, Newton's second law of motion, that was all about how force and mass and acceleration are all related. So if you've got something that's a bigger mass, so one of those cars that were bigger, then you need more of a force to make it move than a smaller car. Okay, Newton's third law of motion. Uh, everything has um, sorry, every force is kind of met with an equal and an opposite force. And let's go down to this question. Why did the eggs spin differently? This is a tricky one. No anyone really guessed this, I don't think. But what's actually happening is, okay, if you take the solid egg or the hard-boiled egg, that's going to act like one large solid, and it's just going to spin. And it has momentum, it just keeps going. When you have the raw egg, it also actually kind of acts as two separate objects. So you have the egg shell, which is solid, and then you have the liquid. Now, when you spin it, the egg shell spins this way, but the egg white and the yolk of the liquid, they actually kind of push against it. So they act in an opposite direction, and that stops it from spinning very much. Let's go back to this one. Station 7, what supplied the force necessary to slow the penny down as it slid along the table? That was friction. Okay, question 5. Most of you got this. Restate Newton's laws. Law number 1. So an object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest unless it's acted on by another force. Law number 2, really the easiest way is just F equals ma, or force equals mass times acceleration. And the last one is that every force or every action has an opposite and equal reaction, or opposite and equal force. And you've probably heard that one before. Okay, that wraps up the labs. So, to our next mission. And this is honestly going to take about 3 weeks, I imagine. So, two things. Take your time with it. Don't panic about it being due like at the end of the week. Take your time. Have fun with it. Hopefully it's kind of a fun exercise. But at the same time, don't leave it until the end of week 3 to turn in. I don't want to see that. So I've kind of given you a time frame, which I'll get to here in a second. Here we go. Who wants to star in a commercial? You do. Even if you don't, you still get to make one. And this is what we're going to do. Your challenge is to research Newton and his laws. So I talked a little bit about who Sir Isaac Newton was. See if you can find something else interesting about him that we didn't cover. And then I'm going to have you pick one of the laws. So it can be your favorite law. Pick that one and make a little commercial. So what I want you to do first is do a little bit of research. Okay, what are his 3 laws? We kind of cover those, so hopefully you know. But you can find out a little bit more about them. You probably don't have your textbook. You can check BrainPop, reputable websites. I've got a couple here. physicsclassroom.com or this one online.kidsdiscover.com, and I've got the username and password down there. So just kind of find some information. What I'm going to have you do then is fill out your graphic organizer, which is set as an assignment on Schoology. Looks like this. And what I've done is give you a little bit about Isaac Newton. And I have put law 1, 2, law 2, law 1, law 2, and law 3. I've told you what the law is. What I want you to do is list some real life examples that you could maybe use in your commercial. So that's kind of your step number 1. That's this week's mission, is to do that. And also decide, okay, am I going to work on this alone or with someone else? And I'm going to have you do maximum of 4 people. So here, like I said, first decide if you want to partner up with 4 people. Then pick one of the 3 laws to commercialize. And then tell me which one you're going to do. I don't want everyone doing first law or everyone doing the second law. So we're going to try and spread it out a little bit so we have at least 1 or 2 teams doing each law. Okay, here are your requirements. It needs to be 1 to 2 minutes in length, has to have a jingle that says the law, and then a real life example of you using the law. You may have some questions you're thinking like, ooh, what about this? What about that? Here's some of the questions which most people ask. Does the commercial have to have people in it? No, you could do a storyboard, animation, or something else I haven't thought of. If you've got an idea, email me. I can okay it. I know some people do like Powtoon and stuff. Do my partners have to be in my same class period? No. So if you're in second and you've got someone in ninth period that you want to work together, that's totally fine. Do you have to have a partner? Nope. You can work by yourself. That's totally fine. I understand that's probably easier right now, what with the social distance and everything. So if you want to work by yourself, that is totally fine. What is a jingle? You know what a jingle is. Do 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 do. I'm loving it. Or Subway, eat fresh. Any of those are totally fine to kind of copy, adapt, or kind of make up your own. That's cool too. All right, more frequently asked questions. So, what's the commercial about? What am I doing? Or it's not. You're not trying to sell anything. You're just teaching the audience what your law is and how it works. And then, last thing, how should I start? This is kind of overwhelming. Yeah, that's why I'm splitting it up over 3 weeks, and I'll help you break it down. So, what I want you to do is pick your law, figure out what it means, some real life examples, and then you'll start brainstorming, okay, how am I going to act this out or animate it? And again, have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Whatever you want to do, it's totally fine. How will you show your commercial in the end? We'll figure this out as we go. Depending on what you're using, hopefully you can upload it to YouTube, or you can email it to me, whichever works fine. And again, how can you make a video with friends when you have to social distance? Kind of relying on you to figure this out. If you want to be creative, I'm sure you can kind of put different things together. I'll show you a couple of websites that you can use. If you want to share videos and then kind of piece them together, that's fine. Or if you want to be creative and just video them separately, send them to me, and I will kind of piece them together. That's fine as well. Can you have people in the video that aren't on the web? In our class or on our team even, as long as they say it's okay and they're an adult, or if their parent or guardian says it's okay. So if they're under 18 years old, then I need just a quick message from the parent saying that it's okay. Pets are encouraged. Yes, include your pets in there. All right, here are a few websites or resources you can use. I'll post this online so you can kind of check back. But there's Emaze, Animoto, Movely, or Movavi. I have the details, so I have like the login for Movavi. This is something you'd have to download and use. It's really good. I can give you the key to access that. Obviously, iMovie, lots of you have iPhones, so iMovie rocks. You can use that. Again, I'll post this, but lots of stuff you can use here to make your videos. Loads of these are free, so I would encourage using those. Here's your breakouts, also your breakdown of when you should do what. So today, what I want you to do is read through the slides, think about if you want partners or if you're going to work by yourself, and just think about what you could do for the video. By the end of the week, I want you to tell me, okay, which law you're doing and if you're working with anyone. So that's really just the goal for this week. Next week, I'll talk about your goals, but this is just kind of a heads up as to what we're going to do. By the end of week 3, I want your project. Okay, that is everything. Like I said, do not be overwhelmed. I know there's a lot here. Don't be overwhelmed by it. We'll break it up. I will have little check-ins at the end of each week at least, just to see where you're at. Always email me if you have questions. But for now, like I said, this week, all I want you to do is think about which one I'm doing and am I working by myself or with some people. So by the end of this week, I want you to just fill in this little graphic organizer, add your own fact about Sir Isaac Newton here, list 2 real-life examples of each law, and then tell me who's in your commercial and what law you will be presenting. That is it. Again, questions, email me, message me on Schoology. Otherwise, have a great day.